What is good, everybody? Welcome back. It's new comic book day, and you guys get to flat out call me a liar. Stay tuned. Once again, welcome back, everybody. It's new comic book day. I'm Comic Man Andy. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your time. If this is your first time here, hit subscribe down below so you know when I'm here hanging out. Hit one of those reaction buttons, or both of them, smash them all, and click that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping some content. Morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. Welcome, everybody in the chat. Downright Nerdy Podcast. Good to see you. Kid Collector Comics, thanks for being here, man. How is everybody today? And we had Legion of Comics tailgating. We are Legion. What's up, comic fam? Perry Comics, thanks for lurking, man. Appreciate you stopping in. Hopefully everybody's picking up their books this morning and everybody's excited to read. One more comment coming through here. StreamYard's a little behind. Hey, Mom, good morning. Good to see you. Downright Nerdy Podcast. Yeah, everybody, grabbing your books. Pretty excited. Perry's excited for Dark Detective way more than Batman. Gotta go get my books in a little. Yeah, I just got back about an hour and 20 minutes ago and read a couple of books. So you guys flat out get to call me a liar today. Kind of unintentional, but it is what it is. So I called back last week right away, like Wednesday night or Thursday morning at my LCS. Hey, Zuni, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Enjoy the show. Sit back, relax. Enjoy your Wednesday. I called them. I said, hey, look, I know I said pull all my DC titles for 2021, but I forgot that Death Metal #7 was hitting. So I said, hey, throw Death Metal #7 in the box. That way I can finish reading that whole series. Well, I haven't started yet, but I can read it through. That's on the polls for today. Make sure I got that to complete that series. Kate Titus, konnichiwa from Japan. Hello from the Rising Sun. Good to see you, man. How are you doing today? I'm doing quite well. Captain Comics, ahoy, mates and mermaids. I love that, man. I love that greeting every time you pop in, man. Good to see you. And while I was on the phone with the LCS, I said, you know what? Do you have any copies of Future State Wonder Woman? Well, of course they do. Said I wasn't going to buy any of the Future State stuff. You guys can flat out call me a liar. I've heard some good things. I wanted to check it out. I'm not adding it to my monthly pull list. I'm just picking up the #1 issue so I can read it. I really like the green they used in this. I really like that cover. The font's not something you see often on a cover as well. And while I was adding that, yeah, go ahead and add this as well. Super pretty. I mean, is that a Frizen cover? It looks like a Frizen cover, but I don't see Frizen's name anywhere on it. Just Jones and Belair. Belair? I am terrible with names, but hey. So I'm going to check that out. See if something I want to continue reading. I really wanted to drop all of the DC books because, one, I'm frustrated on what they're charging compared to what they're putting out. I mean, those one-shots are $9 a piece, $8.99. Most of their books are $4.99 now, with a lot of them being $5.99. And I'm just kind of irritated by that. And what they're putting out just doesn't, in my opinion, warrant prices that much higher than Marvel and Indies and a lot of other stuff. So it's like I really don't want to buy any DC books going forward in 2021. I did want to check out the Wonder Woman's. And, let me rephrase that. Not buying DC books. Let me pull that back. Let me retract that. Once again, call me a liar. I don't want DC books on my pull list. I want to make that determination, or I want to be there at the shelf and thumb through it and be like, okay, yeah, maybe. I just don't want all of these DC titles hitting my pull box, and then I feel obligated to clear that pull box every week, my LCS, which makes me, spend way more money than I really want to. And then, like I said, I get a giant stack of books and massive pull lists, and now I'm going off into the left field, so let me rein myself back in. DC books for 2021, I'll check them out. Maybe I'll buy them, maybe I won't, but I'm not adding DC's stuff to my pulls. So that was it for DC. Like I said, you guys can call me a liar this week. William Smallwood, good to see you, man. Hey, Kate Titus. Get some sleep, man. Thanks for being here. Legion of Comics is back in. DC pumped a lot of extra pages with a higher price tag. I'm with Legion on this. This is kind of why I just don't want that stuff just piling into my pull box, because I feel obligated to clear my pull box every week. They ordered that copy for me because it's on my pull, and I don't want them getting stuck with the copy and then me not picking it up. So that's why I said remove all of DC stuff. Let me make that choice at the shelf and see where we go from there. DC doing Marvel's been doing for years. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to pick away at that more at a different show at some point. I don't disagree with Perry. I agree with Perry quite a bit, but there's some differences in there. So moving on to Marvel after DC there. Sword number 2, definitely a King in Black tie-in. Yeah, the title of the show today. This is a King in Black show. Everything's color coordinated red. Kind of a slow week for comic books, and there's a lot of King in Black stuff going on. That really seems like the biggest thing that's happening. Sword doesn't have that King in Black label on top of it, but rest assured, I'm being told by the guys at my LCS that it is a tie-in issue. I haven't read that yet. What I did do for King in Black is I got caught up on Venom. I reread King in Black 1 and 2, so there's some good stuff there. Future State came out strong. Wasn't expecting that. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Joe M., thanks for being here. Good to see you, man. Downright, that comment's coming. Man, StreamYard is running just a little slower than I want it to. Like I just said, though, don't really get that with indies. This is true. Hey, the one and only, the great Herminio Reyes Jr. Good morning, man. Good to see you. So moving along. The Union, number 2, King in Black tie-in. Haven't read that yet. Yes, there's a trend, but I'm working on it. Thunderbolts 1, King in Black tie-in. Haven't read that yet either. Let me get to there. Let me get on. Gwenem versus Carnage number 1. I started to flip through this before I realized what time it was, and I was getting ready to go live. That looks interesting. The artwork is different than what I was anticipating based on all the other King in Black stuff going on. Indies wouldn't survive if they pulled what Marvel DC does. I would 100% agree with that. That's a dude. We should do a show on that. Ooh, I agree with that comment quite a bit. Planet of the Symbiotes. I did read this, and I made sure to read Venom 31 and 32 and got caught up on that and reread King in Black number 1 and number 2, the main storyline. This was fun. This was really cool. It's kind of like a two different story, split story. You get a Scream story in there, and then at the end, I'm going to try to not spoil this. You get a resurrection. Null resurrects someone. Kind of neat. This one I enjoyed. I love the art. That's what I actually used for my thumbnail too. This is seriously cool cover art. I've got more to say about the whole King in Black stuff here in a minute. Let me get through these last couple of books. So the Chris Claremont anniversary special just seemed like a no-brainer that I wanted to flip through and read. I'll get to that later today. And of course, Darth Vader number 9 is on my pull. Darth Vader, this series is on my pull list, making sure to grab that. Once I get caught up on King in Black here today, I'm going to move on to the Darth Vader run and probably read the first 3 or 4 issues digitally because they're kind of pricey now to grab the raws and get caught up on this. I've been hearing really good things about this Darth Vader run, so I'm pretty excited to read that. Last but not least, that was Marvel. It was really a Make Mine Marvel kind of week. Last book in the lineup, Origins number 3. I'm digging this. It's only a 6-part series. David, the main character, becomes more aware of what's happening. Things get a little heavier. You get a couple of flashbacks that add more to his character, and then they find themselves stumbling into a new town that he's not quite expecting, and things kind of get really real and really heavy for David. I enjoyed this a lot. The art got better. The first 2 issues, the art was a little kind of muddied and all over the place. I think they're finding their stride right now. This is one of my problems with miniseries, 6-issue miniseries. Artists don't usually find their really good stride until the 2nd or 3rd issue, sometimes even the 4th, depending on how new they are. And it feels like wow, the story is 60, 70, 80% done, and now the artist is just hitting that stride with this series. So my one complaint about indies and miniseries is kind of that artists don't really hit their stride until halfway through. All right, so let me get back to the King in Black situation right now. King in Black was touted and promoted heavily as being the next big Marvel event. Hot topic here, or hot opinion. I'm going to tackle the elephant in the room here. King in Black is kind of boring. Anybody else? Anybody? McFly. King in Black is kind of boring. The tie-ins are kind of boring. There's a couple of that have been fun, but in the end, I'm buying a lot of books, a lot of tie-in books that just kind of end up being boring. The main King in Black storyline is fun. I'm enjoying that a lot. I like what they're doing. I like where Venom is going, and I like how things are tying in there. I think they could have left it at Venom. They could have left it at the King in Black mainline and had like the Planet of the Symbiotes. But there's so many other books tied into this series that are just like trying way too hard to find a way to fit in. I'm going to message my LCS back and rein in this King in Black purchasing situation into just the 3 or 4 mainliners, whatever, if you want the main series, the Planet of Symbiotes. I haven't been picking up Venom on my pull list. I've just been picking up here and there off the shelf. I might add Venom back for a couple issues or the first quarter of 2021 because I'm actually digging it. I don't want to go too far into the storyline. I don't want to spoil it if anybody has not seen it or read the series. So yeah, that's kind of my complaint today is like, this is like the biggest title going on this week is King in Black and Future State. And I don't have a massive dog in that Future State race, so to speak. So what I chose to talk about today was King in Black, and King in Black is mostly boring except for the 2 or 3 main titles. That's the elephant in the room for me. That's kind of my hot topic today. Not even really a hot topic. It's just my complaint for the day. But let me recap these books really quick here and let me hit up this chat one more time. Herminio Reyes Jr., thanks for being here. Darth Vader's Fire. I can't wait to read that series. I'm going to binge the whole thing. I'm going to binge everything to issue 9. And Legion of Comics, very bored so far. I'm thinking he's referring to King in Black as well. Issue 1 had a couple of cool moments. Marvel uses their tie-ins as cash grabs. I don't disagree with that. I'm at that point right now where they're tying in so many books after X of Swords. After the X of Swords, I was buying a ton of books. Like, I'm just not interested in reading this, but now I feel obligated to because it's a tie-in. 100% for what Legion said. Every event. My one major problem with Marvel. And I feel like DC doesn't do it quite as bad as Marvel does. In the end, that's a great debate for another great show. Kid Collector's only reading the main storyline of Venom, so I don't know about the rest. Save your money, man. A lot of people I'm gathering in this chat right now are feeling the same way about the rest of the tie-ins being pretty lame, pretty boring. Slim Comics and more, thanks for being here. Good to see you, man. We still got K Titus in the house. Legion of Comics is still in the house. Future State, he says, is fire. I'm going to have to start thumbing through some stuff and checking some more stuff out there. William Smallwood, good to see you, man. Any Punisher news? The only Punisher news I have seen is go to Two Brothers Comics and look at the recent video about what's going on with the Punisher skull, the icon, the branding of Punisher, and find out there. I'm not reading that news because I really don't want my blood pressure to boil over and spike. I've heard some bad things. I haven't heard any good things right now. Whole nother show. Check out Two Brothers. Maybe Two Brothers and Dustin and I can get together for a hangout and talk more about that. But let me recap these books really quick. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for being here. 14 people watching. I love y'all. I love Wednesdays. I love this connected tissue we have. So hitting back on the books, Origins number 3 of 6. Like I said, David learns more about how heavy the situation is. You get a couple of flashbacks, learn more about him. Darth Vader number 9. Cannot wait to read this. I'm going to make that a goal to get this whole series caught up on by, I want this goal to be realistic, let's say Friday. The Cliss. See, this is why you guys should always watch my edited videos and tune in for the bloopers at the end, because I always get tongue-tied. The Chris Claremont anniversary special number 1. This seemed like a no-brainer that I wanted to flip through and read, and yeah, not bad. Planet of the Symbiotes, #1, 2-part story, kind of. You get a Scream story in there, and then you get to see Null resurrect somebody. I'm not going to spoil it. If you like the King in Black mainline, the first 2 issues, you'll enjoy this. Pick this up as well. Probably thumb through those other additional tie-ins before you buy them, but grab this today if you're enjoying the main storyline. Gwenem versus Carnage. I was just about to read this one before I realized what time it was. Hopefully this one's not boring. I'm not going to come back and say otherwise. We'll get there. The Union #2. Like I said, a lot of people in the chat are feeling that these additional tie-ins are kind of boring. We'll find out. Like I said, those are probably going to get cut from my pull list. Sword #2. It's not labeled as a King in Black tie-in, but the guys at the LCS assured me that this is definitely a tie-in. Thunderbolts #1. We'll see what happens. Cover looks fun. Cast of characters down at the bottom there definitely look fun. Hopefully the book is fun. And then my late pickups as of last week, Future State, Wonder Woman. Super sweet cover. Also that cover as well. I'm going to read that tonight. After I get home before the greatest comic book show ever, Wednesday night Comic Core show. And then the late Death Metal #7 pickup. Very cool. People are asking 3 times cover for this on eBay already. I don't know. Something must be, maybe it's the shiny cover. Maybe something actually serious happens in this, but $15 for this? I don't know. Those are the books. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thanks for listening to me rant. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys are excited to pick up as soon as this posts. If it doesn't post to the channel right away, what you can do is you can click on your notifications, one side or the other there. Click on your notifications, because if you've hit that notification bell, you can see where I've gone live. You can click on that, and then you can comment down below right away. You don't have to wait for the video to post. That's one of the struggles with doing some live stuff, trying to keep it short so that it posts to YouTube sooner, so that it's available for people to comment on and have fun with. But yeah, that's Wednesday. Hope you guys are excited. I woke up not very excited because I was like, this is going to be a really slow week. But actually, I had a lot of fun with getting caught back up on Venom, the King in Black stuff. And then I'm coming to realize that I need to chop some of that King in Black stuff. I'm going to save some money. One of my biggest goals of 2021 is to cut back on my pull list and keep cutting back on it and actually get it to the stuff that I really am excited to read. And not just all these tie-ins, all the other things that I feel like I'm obligated to read, because I'm not obligated to do anything except for have fun. That's what I want to do. Don Davis, thanks for being here, man. Catch the replay here in a little bit. Louis the 13th, good to see you, man. I love that. Love that icon that you got there. I'm trying to think of the name again. It escapes me at the moment. Things always escape me. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Coming up on 19 minutes, so appreciate it. Y'all have a great day. Have a great Wednesday. Read some great comic books. Come back and comment and post your videos and share them so that we can all hang out and talk and share this information. This is the connected tissue that we love, right? We love reading comic books. More importantly, we love talking about the stories and sharing our experiences with these stories, right? You know how I do it. Peace out. Pinky's out. Catch you on the flip side for the next video. You know what, everybody? Don't forget the most important part. All day, every day, if I can find it, it's right here. Peace.
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.